high enough.
Butter in my fettuccine. Smoke a fat blunt after this, I guess I'm greedy. I'm higher than the price of gas in the Great Depression. Pressure from the stress, from the oppression. When I think about bullshit, I can't help but to roll up. Cause the kush I be blowing to put your ass in a coma. Extracted oil, hash and moon rock. Have a motherfucker out here doing the moonwalk. I hang with weed growers and dispensary owners. I just can't help it, I'm a motherfucking stoner. Bow down to Mary Jane. Make a whole goose disappear on my David Blaine. Float away on a kush cloud. Can't you hear the music? I know this Indo is hella loud. Swishing sweets, backwoods, pipes and bongs. You know why I puff? I can't get high enough.
I guess I'm greedy, I want more. Kill me, overdose. I can't get high enough. Can't get high enough. Enter my veins, please don't leave me. I'm nothing without you, can't you see me? I can't get high enough. Can't get high enough. Oh.
Bad bitches and good weed, switching lanes at warp speed. 1 week before 420, that's all that a nigga need. Weed, eat weed, fuck weed, sleep, repeat. She got high off the weed, got high off me going deep. She knew I was from the Bay. Rolled me a blunt and it was shaped like an AK-47, that is. I'm getting high, you can tell. Hoping all my problems go away when I exhale. Cause while you busy judging us, we busy smoking weed, not giving a fuck. I can't get high enough, but I'm not as think as you stoned I am. Wait, I'm not as stoned as you think I am. Hey, past blunts, not judgment. What was I mad about? Fuck it. Roll 1, roll 2, Jedi, indica, cookies, gorilla.
I guess I'm greedy, I want more. Kill me, overdose. I can't get high enough. Can't get high enough. Enter my veins, please don't leave me. I'm nothing without you, can't you see me? I can't get high enough. Can't get high enough. Oh.
Smoking that kush to get twisted, half baked on my Dave Chappelle. Just call me Samson, I stay up and smoke, rolling up random Cheech and Chong, recreational, one after the other. Reminiscing about my dead fallen sisters and all my brothers like, hey, what's going on? Like Marvin, we got money for fighter jets, but the kids are starving. As I ride down the 101, looking at the ocean, drop the top on the Camaro and continue to smoke. And I guess I can't get high enough for my waves in the bay. And I know a blunt a day to keep the drama away. I guess I'm greedy, I want more. No way I can overdose. I just get sleepy or think deeply. And if you love kush, then you feel me. I can't get high enough. I can't get high enough.
I guess I'm greedy, I want more. Kill me, overdose. I can't get high enough. Can't get high enough. Enter my veins, please don't leave me. I'm nothing without you, can't you see me? I can't get high enough. Can't get high enough. I guess I'm greedy, I want more. Kill me, overdose. I can't get high enough. Can't get high enough. Enter my veins, please don't leave me. I'm nothing without you, can't you see me? I can't get high enough. Can't get high enough. I guess I'm greedy, I want more. Kill me, overdose. I can't get high enough. Can't get high enough. Enter my veins, please don't leave me. I'm nothing without you, can't you see me? I can't get high enough. I can't get high enough. Oh.
Spliff is a spliff.
Well, I'm just saying, if we got it, we might as well roll it up, right?
It's like puff, puff, pass. Either that Rachel or that gas. About to put me on my ass. Star, you about to roll something?
Yeah, I'm about to roll something.
If you about to roll something?
Yeah, I'm about to roll
It's like puff, puff, pass. Either that Rachel or that gas. About to put me on my ass. Shift, you about to smoke something? Yeah, I'm about to smoke something. Star, you about to smoke something? Yeah, I'm about to smoke something. What's this about alone? Only if it's grown in the field or in your home. 360, that's my zone. 336 was my home. And now we on our own. 702 in it, doing it like we grown. Son, watch your tone. We pebbled and stone. Like Madden, I'm gone. Now tell me I'm wrong. Mary in a cigarello thong. A bong. You only got 5, then you gon' be alone. Oh, we smoke till it's gone. Pass the Dutchie, cabron. It's one of the 2-ish. You should come along. We cannabis strong. Teacher and my chong. Chalice, a spliff, piece, pipe, or the bong, or the gas mask. A few spliffs and something pretty playing grab ass. We in the back bumping last math class. You get 16 and 1. We puffin' and passin', now who got the rum? It's like puff, puff, pass. Either that Rachel or that gas. About to put me on my ass. Star, you about to roll something? Yeah, I'm about to roll something. Shift, you about to roll something? Yeah, I'm about to roll. It's like puff, puff, pass. Either that Rachel or that gas. About to put me on my ass. Shift, you about to smoke something? Yeah, I'm about to smoke something. Star, you about to smoke something? Yeah, I'm about to smoke something.
Legalized, you're a champion, eagle-eye, we the lions. Upright stance, but non-compliant, we get high in most environments we reside in, boring naughty. So it's in the lining and in the lines when we emote through Mike Sears, turn to believers. We the underdogs, now we the overachievers. We the catalog, why would you leave it to beavers? This ain't catalogs for cereals, no tigers here. No backwoods, but to each his own. Carolina's own, smoking on that Vegas grown. I'm Atlanta zoned, Red Rock, Appalachian Mountain stoned. Shoutouts to everyone smoking along. I'm glad you decided to participate. Let me use these last few bars to precipitate. Use the magic herb to meditate and elevate. We not Diddy endorsed, but we puff
It's
face.
like puff, puff, pass. Either that Rachel or that gas. About to put me on my ass. Star, you about to roll something?
Yeah, I'm about to roll something.
Shift, you about to roll something? Yeah, I'm about to roll. It's like puff, puff, pass. Either that Rachel or that gas. About to put me on my ass. Shift, you about to smoke something? Yeah, I'm about to smoke something. Star, you about to smoke something?
Yeah, I'm about to smoke something.
Yup. Welcome to Doe TV, where it goes down. Knowledge facts, basic facts, fucked up facts, realistic facts, all kinds of facts. But you know, we live one great fact of life is that we are not enslaved. Not, slave like motherfucker tell you what to do type shit. We're still in slavery through America, but we're not into that. Well, I guess we are in that slave tell you what to do slavery. Because you know what I'm saying? They tell you what to do with your job. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's just different.
Yeah, it's just different. It ain't a lot of whipping going on.
Yeah,
Motherfuckers picking.
Yeah.
The niggas picking cotton and shit like that. But, we still slavery.
Imagine what I was whipping his y'all beat that guy.
You know what? That'd be fucked up if your manager had the right to beat you whenever the fuck they wanted to, nigga.
Fuck my manager up, man. Let me tell you something.
It'd be a lot of jobs with no workers. Cause niggas would be beating the shit out they fucking. I can't believe you fucking hit me, nigga. You just hit me with your belt. You just hit me with your motherfucking hand. You just back me, bitch. Oh hell no! I'm about to beat you.
Back for another one? Oh, nigga, come here.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, this is an 18-year-old and over show. But I believe you can watch the show and you can read, write, and speak English. I gotta learn how to look at the camera. See, on my shit, the camera's on my screen, so I have to look at the screen. But since the camera's up here, I gotta learn how to look up here. Say cheese, nigga. But yeah. So, Blase Skippy will. Let's bring on our first panel guest. They're really not a guest. You know what I'm saying? They're really not guests. They're really just active panel members that's always showing up when the job calls for. So let's bring them on. First and foremost, this lady is from all over the world. It ain't too much shit we can really say about her. other than she's not a devil worshiper, but she's an animal worshiper. She worships cats, dogs, slimy ass frogs, and in between. But she gave all that shit up to be a third grade lip sync reader. I don't know if they go together. But coming to the motherfucking stage, my friend, your friend, and now you're internet lover, Facebook. I mean Facebook. Flowers from Flower from Facebook.
You're silly. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Chilling. Chilling like all right, people. So what I'm about to do, like I always do before the show, is I'm gonna show you how to roll a blunt. I already got the blunt broke down, and this was a fucking hard ass blunt. It was hard, and I made it work. It's gonna work. I'm gonna show you how you make fucked up shit work. But I'm gonna show you how to roll this blunt. So you see, we got the blunt. Split it down the middle. This is a Swisher Sweet because this show is brought to you by Swisher Sweets. They're not sponsoring us, but who gives a fuck? That's all we ever smoke. Oh. So without further ado, let's commence the rolling. So as you see, we got the blunt. Here's the weed, and we're gonna put the weed ever so nicely inside the blunt. And then we're gonna take our index finger and slightly glide it across the top of the weed to form a straight line, so that all the weed is touching and there's no hidden spots, no extra secret passageways within the weed. It's all connected together. It was this motherfucker dry. All connected together. Now, when you got a dry blunt, you might have to add some additional extra sticky spit on the motherfucker, because you know the shit's dry. And you can't hear it crumbling, but I do. So you want to add a little extra sticky spit. And what the sticky spit is, you bring it from the back of your throat, bring it to the front, and you lick the blunt. So, as you see, we're rolling. Now this show will end on a third blunt, because this is not the 4 blunt show. This is the 3 blunt show. So, brought to you in part by 2 niggas smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? We just got 2 niggas smoking weed that just affiliated with a lot of different shit. And we need to hurry up and get that name patent. 2 niggas smoking weed. Somebody else try to come up with a fucking idea and try to block us out from using our own fucking name that we came up with. Actually, I came up with it, but it's a weed.
Well, I think because that's a hashtag too. So I think once we hashtag it legally, I mean, there's other stuff that we can do the same.
Well, to be on the safe side, we need to be all the way in it. I forget that. I think I just look at. I want to just be on screen. I really got to be close to the fucking laptop. I sit over there. So I'm used to being on my shit. You know, my camera's on front of it. Yeah, I ain't even had to turn the motherfucker. As long as I'm on the camera right here, this was good. So today's show is named Fun Times with the Homies. And you niggas are my homies. So we are having fun times with us. So how would I start it off? We'll start it off with a very special story. It can be a story about anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what it's about. It can be about anything. I mean, you know, you just gonna pull out food in front of a fat nigga that's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm not sharing, I'm spoiled it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, okay, he got a little 10 piece for $1. Oh, he got 20 people. He got, Okay, that's what's up. Don't try to use my shit against me, bro. This nigga using my song against me. Because you know in the Fat Boy song, I say half of your 20 piece, but we can never split that. And this nigga got a 20 piece. It isn't, you know what I'm saying? Nigga gonna say to me, yeah, man, but half of your 20 piece, I can never split that. Oh, really? 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 You know what I'm saying?
You understand?
No, I don't. No, you know what I'm saying? No, I do not understand. Oh yeah, sure. Take two. Oh shit.
You know, let you try to take two and steal three.
Have a chicken nugget on me. Yeah, I was only trying to take two. The third one just hopped out the box with me. Let me breathe. Let me breathe. Let me be out with you. I didn't want to go in this nigga's mouth. You know what I'm saying? So actually, I need to put the fat nigga song on this laptop. So I'm going to transfer you another song. Ah, fat nigga, fat nigga, fat nigga. Oh, let's see. Huh? Yeah, I didn't have a bunch of songs at one time when I officially sent you the first one. But so you know, we just send them, you know what I'm saying, one at a time. You know what I'm saying? We send them one at a time. jcolewater@gmail.com. So we're gonna get a story. Let me see if anybody else came on. So we're gonna get a story. There's only two of us on here. It's only me and Flower. So we're looking for a fun time with the homies. We're looking for a fun story that you had with your homies while smoking weed. Because this is a weed-based show. Because the host already smokes weed, so it is a weed-based show. Oh, that's all. Motherfucker. I do this for you. Yeah, just forward it. You know what I'm saying? Your message has been sent. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So, you know, we just over here chit chatting. Flower went to mute. She must be doing something. So, Jay, we'll start with you. First, let's hear the exciting news about your ID that you've been so wanting to tell. So tell us.
Well, yesterday, I completely lost my ID. I had no clue where it was. So, came to work. I kind of half-assed looked around again just to be on the safe side, you know. Totally planning on having to get a new ID. Then one of my customers walked up to me and says, "Hey, Jay, did you lose your license yesterday?" And I was like, "In fact, yes, I did." I said, "Why?" And he goes, "I have it. It's in my wallet right now." Huh? I don't know how I got there. So I must have used my ID to scan for his cigarette so he didn't have to reach for his shit. And then handed it back to him with his cigarettes, just so I'm not sure of motion. So for a whole night, somebody else had my ID.
They could have been fucking around. They could have added a
Man, added a new felony to my shit.
He was like, I don't know how to get him a water, but it is here.
I'm so glad they came in today because I was about to have to do a whole new shit. I made my when I made my appointment to get for today's pickup, I believe it in my thought. I just said something. Go ahead and pick up my weed. Go ahead and put it for my weed. It wasn't until he asked me for my license that my whole world came to a crash. Oh shit! I can't even go pick up my weed right now. I got your shit. I can go pick up my weed right now. Look at God. La la la.
You know, black people always use God as just the damnedest situations. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker be like, law just fall to the sky. You can be to the nigga right next to you, pick it up. You look at Jesus. You know what I'm saying? He thought about me to lend me this motherfucking wallet so I could get me some eat now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like you find money on the ground, like, you know, thank you, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I could not believe that he allowed this $200 to lay on the ground until I stepped over it.
I've been there all day till you showed up.
You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, it's all about perspective. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you believe, you believe. It's fate. You can't change that shit. And if it was fated for you to have $20, just then when you didn't have $20, guess what? Then you have $20. You have to just be a smart person. We just happen to be looking at the ground. But they also say God looks like a baby's monkey.
Oh, okay. All right, well that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? So we just heard a good story on, you know, my man's finding his ID in another nigga's wallet.
Which is a funny story all in itself. The old lady was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah, it's probably said it. Probably mentioned to him if he found his wallet.
Or fucking black guy? Is that what it is?
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you fool around with black dudes, that's why you want to fuck me. We can start with Remington. I shouldn't even start it when we only had 13 minutes.
I did it.
That's all good. We'll get back on with James and all that other shit.
I did James did what we might have done.
Oh, yeah. But they just continue on. Well, since it's fun time with the homies, I am going to tell you a fun story. The fun little weed story. I'm going to ask this question. Have you ever fucked your way into a relationship? I'm going to leave it out there. So, one day, me and this chick was smoking. I don't know what it was, but the weed made us horny. I mean, yeah, it does that. I don't know. I forget which weed we were smoking, but it made us horny. So we did it, and then we smoked another blunt afterwards. What kind of sauce you got? But you know what I'm saying. So we did it, and then when we was done, we smoked the blunt together again. You know what I'm saying? We smoking, and we had sex again. Then after that, I wasn't busting no more. I was just fucking her to let her come. I couldn't bust no more after 2 bucks. I was like really done for, but my dick stayed hard because I was horny. But it wasn't no juice coming out. So, you know what I'm saying? And we had sex about 4 times that day. Just met each other off the weed. She invited me over to her crib and shit. You know what I'm saying? She just knew I was a cool nigga like that. I wasn't gonna try nothing. You know what I'm saying? So she invited me over to her crib. We smoked. This one I used to stay up in Sunday. So you know what I'm saying? We smoked this shit. Then we had sex about 5 fucking times, 4 times. And then the next day, she called me. What up, baby? Hey, baby, what you saying? What you doing? You sleep good? I was like, yeah, I slept great. I'm like, you want to go have lunch? She said, yeah. So we went out to lunch, and that's when we talked about being in a relationship. We like, yeah, we pretty much fucked up, and it was all because of weed. So weed can lead you into any type of relationship out there. Just takes one blunt, turn to 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, man. I'm bring on the next panel person. You know what I'm saying? He's a really good friend of ours. He's from Texas. He's from Oklahoma. He's from Mississippi. He's from Newark, New Jersey. He's from Arab County, Washington. He's from Hackensack, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? He's from all over the world. He used to be a fisherman and a boat fixer, but he gave all that shit up to travel around in a submarine to see the sights. Give it up, home man, and your friend, James Rodero.
What's up, people?
What's up, man? You gave it all up, man, to travel the world and see the world in a submarine. I don't understand how you're going to see in a submarine, but you know what? That brings me to ask, how the fuck do they see in a submarine? Does a submarine have windows on it?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Right. How does the driver see?
Usually by instrument panel only.
That's a fucked up way to see.
Yeah, because when you're several thousand feet under the surface of the water, you can't really look out to see where you're going. Everything's just gonna be pitch black everywhere you look.
Well, no,
So you've got sonar that's giving you data, giving you information on where you're at, what's around you, and where you're headed. So you're moving around based solely off what sonar can tell you. And unless you can read sonar, you're pretty much fucked.
So they don't. So when you drive the submarine, you can't see it like you do on GTA.
Nah. It's not like driving a tank where you've got little window slits in front of you where you can actually look out of when you've got
Now,
the
how
hatch
come
down.
they don't put windows on a submarine?
Like I said, there are windows, but they're usually on the conning tower if there's one on that particular model of submarine to look out of. But that's only for when you're like real close to the surface where you can actually see, or when you're actually above the surface and can see.
The military grade joints, they go too deep. You put a window on that shit, it's gonna blow everybody.
When you get too deep, there are steel shutters behind the glass that shut and keep the pressure from busting the windows out.
Of course, the Nautilus in that window, but this is powerful.
Well, I asked the question because it just dawned on me: do submarines really have windows? You know what I'm saying? It made me Google it. I had to get a picture of a submarine first. And so now that I see what a submarine looks like, it looks like the one on GTA. But there is no motherfucking windows on none of these bitches. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to ask the question. How come submarines don't have windows to see out of? Let's see what they say. Oh, okay. Okay, well, yeah, you was right. Submarines generally don't have windows because the immense water pressure at depth could easily shatter them, making them impractical and potentially dangerous. Instead, they rely on periscope to see above water and use sonar to navigate and detect objects underwater, which is far more effective at depth than visual observation. The reason why they don't have windows, pressure concerns. Extreme pressure at deep depths would easily crush a window, even if made by very thick materials. I was thinking, like, you know what I'm saying, it would have been a thick ass material, like fiberglass, some shit like that, that they have a window. Nah, they say the motherfucking pressure still crush it.
And there are some of the smaller ones, like Darren was saying that got stay close to the surface. Those marine biology joints, they got like little, I guess you call it a window or visuals 5, but they're not going that deep. Like so, what you're thinking about, like you got on GTA, yeah, we talking about that motherfucker going miles, like that. What's that shit? Red October and shit like that. That motherfucker was like crazy.
Man, it's so funny that I was on GTA. I felt like I was really in a submarine. Even though I'm playing the game, when I go underwater, nigga, I feel like I'm drowning. I feel like I'm drowning in real life. When I go on the submarine, even when that bitch start crunching that bitch at like 500 feet, I still be feeling like, damn, I shouldn't be down here that deep. There ain't no sharks in the water on GTA. Well, on the game. On the regular game was on the regular game with GTA 5, there's sharks in the water. You can't really swim out in the ocean.
Oh
Shark
yeah,
will eat your ass.
there's sharks and shit in the PS5 and enhanced edition of the game as well. So you out swimming around in the waters around the island, not Perico, but the actual city island. You're gonna get eaten alive.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So I'm about to get some to drink. Jay gonna take over for a little second while I get some to drink.
Hi everybody. So
Hey, what up, Jay?
what up, James? Hi, Flower. So yes, 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 yes. Oh, that's the time, man. Just have to address. You have to address Flower. Say hello, Flower. Are you there, Flower? You have to address her. Address the lady. The lady, very yes. Yeah. So
All
today's
right.
subject, we're talking about party. No, not party time. Oh, that's not fun weed stories. Anybody have this funny
Yo, where
marijuana?
put this show up? Oh, excuse me.
You gotta go back and you got to go back. Edit it. Fuck yeah. Yeah,
It's,
yeah, you got the wrong.
it's fun times with the homies.
What to change it? Go to edit.
You know what I'm
Not
saying?
that edit.
That's what the show is.
Oh, then change it.
It's,
What's that?
oh,
Uh, click on this.
man, I don't even fucking about it.
Man.
Yeah, when you start the show already. Fuck it.
Yeah, yeah. Someone tell me a story. Entertain me. Your funny weed time story. Tell me.
Well, I asked everybody at first, but
I got funny weed story.
nobody asked me at first. Let's see, we gonna smoke this blunt.
I got a neat little story. I
No,
don't
you
know.
already told the story. It's James' turn. James,
James,
What
tell
up?
us story. Entertain us.
tell us a funny story. Tell us a funny weed story.
Tell us your funny weed story. Tell us
'Cause,
now.
this is fun time with the homies. So tell me a funny weed story.
Entertain us.
Uh, hold up. Give me just a second. Give me just a second. Okay, so way back in the day, after I had met you, I had made a trip back to Mississippi for a while. So I was staying with a buddy of mine, and he had a cat. This cat was aptly named Smokey. and he was a little bastard. This cat loved to get high. If you were smoking, he'd be right there with you, wanting to contact high. Anytime, every time. Now, I say he was a little rat bastard because he really was. Because if you weren't paying attention, he would snatch your shit from your fingers and run the fuck off with it.
No, I can't walk making a week with me. No. You don't take that away.
So this is a weed story?
So it was a cat burglar, basically.
Yeah, it's a weird story. This cat, if you left unattended roaches in an ashtray, he would take one, run off and hide somewhere, and eat the motherfucker. If you left a baggie of weed out, he would snatch the whole goddamn baggie and eat part of it.
Oh, he thought it was catnip.
Or just like to get high. But when he did get high, he was the laziest motherfucker you've ever seen. Most cats are already lazy by default. True. But this motherfucker, when he got high, you wouldn't know if he was alive or dead half the time. Because he'd just be sprawled out, not moving, barely breathing. You'd have to scream his name before he even responded to you. And when he did respond, it was violently. Like he would suddenly sit up, jump up, look around like, who the fuck called my name? He'd look at you indignantly and then wander off to go eat.
How the fuck does a cat look at you indignantly? That's a shitty fucking cat. See?
I found all this out the hard way one day. Because I had just rolled up a blunt. I had set the blunt down in the ashtray, still unlit, untouched, and the bag of weed sitting next to the ashtray. While I got up to go use the bathroom, I come back out like a minute later.
You grab your animal face.
Both the blunt and the bag of weed are gone. My buddy's in the kitchen. I'm like, yo, man, hey, did you take my shit? What you mean? My blunt missing and my fucking weed's gone. What the fuck? You take it? Like, nah, man, I've been in here cooking. I ain't touch your shit. I got my own shit. Why would I touch your shit? Hey, I bet you the cat got it. Go look for his ass. So I was like, oh, god damn it. Are you serious the cat took my shit? Yeah, I'm serious the cat might have took your shit. Go look for him. So I go searching around his house. I find this little bastard in the laundry room. My blunt's ate up, holes all up in it, ripped apart, and about half of my weed is gone out of the bag. And this motherfucker is treating this shit just like catnip. He is rubbing his face into the pile that's on the floor, purring, and looking at me like, hi? I'm like, yeah, you are. Give me my fucking shit. So I had to go back to the store, get another fucking cigar, because this is back before. This was long before this came about. This was back when Swishers were sold as singles in the foil wrap. You remember them days?
Yeah,
I know you remember them days, though.
Yeah, I remember all them days.
Yeah, so I had to go back to the gas station, get another fucking cigar, come back to the house, roll up another fucking blunt, and as soon as I sparked this bitch up, cat come running out of the back of the house, jumped up in my lap, and laid down on my leg, looking up and be like, my hip? I'm like, you dumbass little motherfucker. So I just sat there, chilled with the cat, and got his ass high, even higher.
I don't know which sherbet. I don't know the Rainbow Sunset. You know what I'm saying? Which one is sherbet? So we got some sherbet over here. Sherbet weed.
Ooh.
WC, West Coast. I'm gonna show you what a. I'm gonna show you what
West Coast.
this would. That's what sherbet look like.
Ooh, I like that. That looks nice.
Yeah, that's what sherbet looks like.
Okay.
That's Dub C, West Coast Kush.
Okay.
And that's the name of the brand, or that's his brand?
No, that's the name of the weed, West Coast Kush.
Oh, okay.
Coming from the West Coast.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's his brand.
WC?
No, that's not Dub C shit.
Oh, okay. That's just the flavor that they named it.
That's just what it's called. It's called Dub C, West Coast Kush.
That's just what its name is.
Yeah, that's just the name.
That's just what its name is.
Yeah. And then we got Animal Face. Show you what Animal Face look like. That's what Animal Face look like right there, James.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, Animal Face is Animal Mints crossed with Face Off OG.
Right.
I've had animal mints before.
Yeah, I've had Animal Mints. They was alright.
Then this bag right here.
Ooh, that's a big bag.
I got one. Two.
Oh, okay. It's full of jars.
3.
God damn.
4.
God damn. How are you about to pull out that motherfucker? Is that a bag of holding shit?
This is the never-ending bag.
Got a fucking bag of holding weed over there.
Well, because we smoke weed.
I have not had a never-ending bag of weed in quite some time, but I miss those.
Usually,
I miss
if you
those.
see me with 4 jars like this, kids, there's like lots of different weed in there. Today, I just got 4/8 of Animal Face.
We smoking weed.
Nigga.
Bag of weed,
know,
a bag of
sexy,
weed.
ain't it?
Everything's better with a bag of weed.
So I looked up, since we still talking about submarines and shit. I looked up the longest time a submarine ever been submerged underwater. And they said the HMS Victorious did a 207-day patrol. Spent 6 months, is believed to be the longest a submarine has ever remained submerged.
Damn.
So
That's a long ass time to be underwater.
Hell yeah. You be underwater for 6 months, nigga. When you come up on shore, you gonna be like, nigga, I don't even know what the fuck is up here, nigga. I ain't been up here in so long.
What is this shit? This is land? Is that the sun over there?
Yeah, because you ain't seen sun. I think living in a submarine, dude, I think you would get claustrophobic and you would hate it. You'd be like, nigga, I just want to go up. You'd be like, nigga, we can't go up right now.
Oh, you want to be down?
It's like, nigga, we can't go up, not right now.
Oh, you like
we so fucking far under and we so fucking far away from land.
Why is it so hot? What's that?
And then,
humming sound?
So here's another fun fact. In April 1991, the USS Aquila, a Pegasus-class PHM, struck a whale that had breached right in front of them as the ship was on the hydrofoils in the Florida Straits. So they actually hit a fucking whale. You know what I'm saying? No, they didn't kill it. They just moved it. Oh, that nigga was sleeping. The whales sleep up right up certain. They sleep in a straight line.
They just float and sleep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's weird. You think there's a bunch of logs in the fucking water? No, this is a motherfucking whale. Yeah, I'm catching them.
What's the name of the ship again? The USS Aquila? What was the name of the boat? The submarine? The USS Aquila?
About what? What he just read? Oh, hold on, I gotta look it up for you. USS Aquila, a Pegasus class PHM.
Okay, this is what I don't know what the name. They gave that.
You know what? A modern day submarine can withstand enormous pressure and typically operate at depths of up to 400 meters, which is 1,300 feet or more. In extreme cases, submarines can be constructed to withstand pressures up to 8,200 feet or more.
Here's a good question for you. What if gang members can get a hold of submarines?
I don't know what they're gonna do with them because you know what I'm saying. Gang members you can fight on land. So what the fuck you gonna do with a submarine? Shoot off motherfucking missiles that's on
Niggas
board.
be off the coast. They can just be like, "That's it, cuz." Peru niggas got the coordinates in, cuz. I got the it's.
Let's roll up.
I got the coordinates, blood.
This nigga on drugs. We ain't smoking the same weed. James, what you doing?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's
just
funny.
checking my messages on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's just funny to me. I'm sorry.
We gonna have to talk about only way, and like I told this fool before, only way I said only way you can get James interested in any conversation you have to talk about shit that he knows and shit that he likes. Usually talk about some guns or some hardware, or talk about movies or games, and that nigga would be all attention. He would be at attention. So we're gonna talk about some shit that you like to talk about, James. Okay?
All right.
So I'm gonna let you start off the conversation though. I'm gonna let you start off whatever's on your mind. Talk about
Oh,
whatever. I mean, whatever's on your mind.
well, one thing that is on my mind that just happened very recently. If you notice, I got my format on the screen here is a little different than it has been for a while.
It does look a little different.
You know, it's no longer the cell phone format you've seen me in normally.
Okay. This is facts.
Wow, what's your church say?
I mean,
So you
that's
upgraded your
because
camera?
if I angle it down slightly, well, you can't really see it, but I have a new laptop.
Oh, that's
know
right.
what?
You got your new laptop. How's that going?
Congratulations, my G.
After getting everything set up, you know, certain programs that I needed like IRC, Discord, getting Facebook, YouTube, and Google all squared away and logged in and everything. It's actually been running really nice.
Oh, so now you can do the shit for Capella.
Yup.
Well, you want to get started with that because classes start in January.
Yeah.
I hope to see you
I'll
in
be
class.
getting started with that very soon.
Yeah, I hope to see you in class. I hope to look up in my class and look up all my classmates. And one of them says James Verdera. I'm like, oh, well, no, actually, it say your real name.
Yeah, it'll say my real name for sure.
Yeah, it say your real name. So I'm not gonna say your real name on here, but you know what I'm saying. I'm like, oh shit, he in here. Oh shit.
Oh, this is your stage name?
Yeah, this is my handle.
Oh,
Just
that's
an alias.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah, James Verdera. Yeah, that's his handle. Now his real name.
Oh shit, I forgot.
yeah. Yeah, I know you know what I'm saying. Yeah. I've been calling, you know what I'm saying? That's why I felt conflicted when I first got on PS Network and I seen James Verdera, he added me, right? So I'm like, man, who the fuck is James Verdera? And then, you know what I'm saying, I started talking to him, I'm like, oh, it's you, nigga. And so then I was like, oh, where the fuck you get James Verdera from, nigga? Why? And then he told me, I forgot what he said, but I was like, oh, okay. So then I'd be conflicted when we be playing the game. Sometimes I'd be want to call him by his real name, but I know, you know what I'm saying? I know he like to go by his handle and shit. And I'm like, damn, nigga, James.
I mean, I've been answering to this name for so fucking long. I may as well get it legally changed eventually. But
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I mean, it's like if
Get a
everybody calls.
DBA. Just DBA it so you can get paid on it.
You want to really laugh? Nigga, all this time, I've just been thinking to myself, this nigga has a really cool name.
You know, you should just go ahead and roll up.
I forgot, this ain't even this nigga name.
You just need to roll up and smoke one.
Is that what I need to do?
yeah. That's what you need to do.
I am not tripping.
Take a
I
minute.
am not.
Take a minute. Compose yourself and roll the fuck up.
I'm sorry, this shit's funny. Fuck you if you're not entertained.
All right, so Flower, you have been the only person that has not given us a funny ass weed story. But now it's your time.
I don't know how funny it is. It's kind of one of those situations that makes you mad. No, look, it's one of those situations that makes you mad, but you got to laugh about it afterwards because you still, it was still an experience. Like it was still, like it, yeah. So it was kind of funny. It was pissed us off, but it was kind of funny. So, my family comes to visit, to California. And they're here on a visit because they're gonna maybe come move out to California. So they're from Colorado. So and in Colorado, like big trees, right? Big trees can get it from anywhere, know where to get it from. So they come out to California and they're in LA. And LA is like so big. Like the LA is like its own country. Like it's got so many inner cities. So but so they didn't go to the dispensary because they had a connection from Colorado, that whole thing, like, hit me when you get out here. So anyway, so we're waiting for this boy and we're waiting for this boy. So we drive, I don't know, we was in San Diego. We might have been down towards San Diego. And we were driving up the coast, and we meet up this boy. I just remember waiting for so long for the boy with the weed, and finally got the weed. And then so we barely had rolled like maybe like 2 blunts out, but it was like a quarter. It was a quarter. So 2 blunts. So we we drive up to by Malibu. And I don't know, they're fighting. They get in one of those arguments, those kind of couples that are always bickering and chatting and getting in arguments where they walk away from each other and then go pull each other back to go talk to them. Those kind of situations. So anyway, we had seen a part where we were gonna park, so we had to make a U-turn to get over there and everything because it's like one way and one way on that highway. And so why did this boy get out open the door trying to be slick, trying to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm just gonna get out the car all abruptly and took the whole sack with him out the door. Like it flew out the door. Like when he opened the door, it flew out the door. And so yeah, so but then so like I just remember being so pissed. I was like, I made everybody get out the car and go walk up and down PCH highway looking for this sack of weed. Like it had to have you know what I'm saying? Like the wind had to have blown it up against a rail or up against a bush or whatever. Like they was out there for about 2 hours before they gave up. Anyway, we ended up copping another zip on the way home. But it was just one of those things where it was like, yeah, it was very annoying while it was happening, but it was hella funny when you look back at it because it was like, I really did. I was like, no, y'all gonna be out there, y'all gonna find that weed. Like, how you gonna just lose the new sack? And not even to nobody or anything, just to the wind. You just gonna let the wind have it to where nobody's gonna smoke it? Oh man.
Fuck that.
Motherfucker, a prisoner was gonna find that motherfucker on the side of the road when he's cleaning up. He like, ooh, is that a bag of weed?
Nah, but it was like to the point where the way that the wind kind of moves around by that beach like that though, like I feel like it would have emptied itself out the bag and like been gone. Like it just would have kept it in touch with it.
That shit blew all the way to Pacoima.
No,
not that far. No, it was the other direction. It would have blew back to Santa Monica.
It got in the water and it floated over to China.
Dude,
Shit. Okay. A seagull or some shit probably had a good night.
Nah, nigga picked it up in China like, oh, is that weed? And he smoked all that shit on the coast. And like, oh my god, it said Cali weed. I
And then
believe.
I do remember one other time that was kind of serious but funny at the same time. We were real young. I mean, I had just probably had my son.
Okay, so are you
So
telling two stories now?
I am.
Oh, okay, so we all got to tell two stories. If you took two stories.
Oh, and it was one of the first times I smoked with one of my friends, and she wasn't like a smoker person. Like she didn't smoke weed, she didn't smoke cigarettes. She was like she drank a little, but like that was really it. She never like did any other drugs. Oh my gosh, this girl, I mean, it was like one blunt. We smoked like one blunt, and this girl was like hiding in my bushes, and she was ready to sign over like paperwork. She wanted me what to do, what happened, like if something happened to her, if her heart stopped, like she wanted her children to go to her dad and not her mom. Like it was you had to have been there, but like, yeah, it was like, wow. And you so you see the effects of weed on people. Like you never really know, people who don't really smoke and like people who aren't, you never really know what the fuck they're thinking in their head or what they're feeling or scared to express or going through.
Now let me ask you a question. Let me ask the question to all of you. If someone was to sign you over to be their power of attorney over their money and all that shit, and they gave you a list of demands to do with their money when they die, and it just so happens that they're about to die, and you're the power of attorney. Now, here's the question. Do you or do you not spend their money for their shit? I mean, they're dead now. So, I mean, you're the power of attorney. You got all this bread. You're supposed to spread it out over the family. You know what I'm saying? Do you just keep the bread and just be like, fuck them niggas? Or do you really spread it out amongst the family members? You know?
You do what you get made power of attorney. You do what you're supposed to do.
It depends for me. For me, it depends on a couple of things. One, do I like the motherfucker that gave me power of attorney? Two, do I like his family?
So
if I like him, then yeah, I'm gonna do what I can to,
well, of course
you know,
like him because that's why the fuck they appointed you.
To take care of what he wanted to have done after death, though I'm probably gonna find the cheapest way of doing it so I can keep more of the money.
Yeah, I was gonna say because when you're the power of attorney, you have to spread out the money over the whole family. When you get done spreading the money, it won't be no money left. It won't be shit for you. So do you take the cheap way of paying? Do you give them niggas really what he said in the will, or do you give them less? Like, all right, so he says give them 100,000.
You have to do what the will says.
So you have to give them each 100,000. It's like seven of them. You only got 700,000. You ain't gonna have no bread left. So do you give them all the 100,000? Do you just keep like 2,000 from each person?
Again, depends on if I like him or not. If I like the family or not.
Now Jay said if they get a copy of the will, they get a hold of this will, they find out that you're supposed to spread all this money around and you just kept it, then they can actually sue you. You know what I'm saying? They can probably sue you
for breach of contract. Yeah.
Yeah, breach of contract. So what you could do is be like, well, I hit up all these niggas that they last known address and none of them hit me back. I didn't know they all moved. That's what you could say. Showing proof that you sent out letters to everybody and
you still have to have it in an account somewhere available.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I would put some money in the account. I'd get the rest of them niggas their bread. And I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I'll make an account. I'll put all their names on it. And these are the only people that can come withdraw at least 100,000 each. You know what I'm saying? And then I would put like 80,000 each. They can all withdraw 80,000. I'm keeping 20. From 7 people, that's 140 racks that you get to keep. I would put the 140 racks in an off-brand motherfucking account and under a name that nobody else knows.
You would to do it that way, you could just basically write up your own service charges and reasoning for whatever you're doing for being the power of attorney for them. You can basically say that you agreed to be power of attorney for the person who died, but in order to complete the fees and processing that they have to sign on with your whatever boop, 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 and pay out a certain service fee. I mean, like you can work it up to where you can fuck with it a little bit.
Yeah. Which would have to all be
in that scenario.
before the person dies. Yeah, you have to do all that before the person dies.
But more so,
Otherwise,
it works like, yeah, I was gonna say more so it works more so like a how like grants work. You know, you getting paid to do something specific. So if you don't, then that, you know, it all comes back to you. I think that for me, before I would accept being the power of attorney for somebody, I think that it would be laid out and very specific, what would happen with the money, how it could work, how it couldn't work. Like, you know, if I was a successful money person and, you know, whatever, maybe the money gets turned into more money, or maybe the money has to get put to use. So there's stipulations on the money before giving it to people. You know, people's family gets really crazy when it comes to money and property. So I would encourage the person to put stipulations on the money. You know, you're just handing out your money for whatever, you know, give them
yeah.
goals and give them reasons, because people who come into money,
Yeah, there's all kinds of
people
shit.
who usually come into money that's not theirs end up, you know, drinking, drugging, and squandering it away, and then like losing your family's everything, you know. So I think that there should be a little bit more responsibility with people who just decide to give the money away, like, you know.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, multi-billionaires like Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, they both said that when they die, they're not giving their money to none of their children. Like, they got to work for their own shit. They plan on giving all their money to charity and shit like that. Like, I think that's fucked up.
I
You know what I'm
think it's
saying?
a little odd that you don't, you know, do something at least, or take care of something. I don't know, you know, something.
Yeah,
And maybe
but
not
Bill
even their
Gates,
children, but like for future grandchildren, or for, you know, something, some kind of something.
Warren Buffett, you know what I'm saying, to speak on him, he's the second, well, no, he's the third most richest man in the world under Bill Gates, under Elon Musk. Um, I remember I read a story where his granddaughter asked him for a loan. Like, you know what I'm saying, she wanted to redo her kitchen. She only asked for 20,000. This nigga told her no. She needs to go ask a real bank. And it's like, this
That's
nigga,
crazy.
it's like, wait a minute, nigga, don't you run a motherfucking bank, nigga? What the fuck
Yeah,
do you
that's
mean?
that's a little bit interesting. Yeah. Other
Yeah,
than
it's
teaching them how to do it themselves, but you know. But
yeah,
they're
well,
also in that world. But you know what? They're all, to be honest and fair, they're also in that world and in that tax bracket where we're walking into that bank to ask for 20 grand to redo your fucking kitchen is no big deal. Like, they're gonna give it to you like they give you back $5 change off of 15 on 20. Like, it's really nothing. So it's you know what I'm saying? It's just them building their own assets and their own credit profile. And I can understand that on a backwards end, you know.
Well, I can understand where Warren might be coming from with this because, like, my folks, especially the old man, he never just. When I went and asked him for bread, he didn't just give me the bread. I had to do something. I had to do something. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, take him to work one day or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Help him
Somebody
help him.
just died and like left like their 8 kids like 80 million each. Who was that? Like 70 or 80 million each.
I don't know.
And
But
they had like 7 or 8 kids. It was a black man, just passed away.
so I can totally understand Warren not wanting to give his kid just his grandkid either. Just like up and cop up 20 grand. It's like, which probably ain't shit to him, but at the same time, it's like, what did you do to get 20 grand? And if
Well,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't feed them all day.
You
Well, I'm
know,
gonna tell you to give you the backstory about Warren Buffett. You know what I'm saying? He's the dude that owns like Sally Mae. You know what I'm saying? He owns a lot of
yeah,
different shit. And this
Financial
motherfucker,
shit.
American
and this,
pioneer.
and this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I watched one of his videos and he was just describing about, you know what I'm saying, how to become a rich man by having like 7 different avenues of cash coming in all the time and shit like that. And that nigga, he was like, but you know what? As far as when it comes to my money, he was like, none of my kids will ever get any of my money. They all got to work for it. It's got to think like a kid growing up in a house and Warren Buffett's your dad, and this nigga won't even give you $100 to go party with. You're just like, damn, dad, I don't get shit. But that's the same with Bill Gates though. Bill Gates got like 3 kids. He said, all three of his kids, they won't get none of his money neither. You know what I'm saying? They got to work for it. It's like,
yeah, you would hope that they watch you and pay attention and learn how to do it for themselves because it gives you a greater sense of accomplishment. However, I do think that for all of the people that have this enormous type of wealth like that, that they feel like, oh, I'm not giving my kids anything. There should be some kind of provision that always provides. Like they should always have a house. They should always have food access. They should always have healthcare access. Like what happens, you know, when that money does get squandered and all those millions were given to a charity, and what happens when that child then becomes 75, 80 years old and has nobody or fucking nothing, and your family had everything and you don't even have enough to pay an attendant to wipe your fucking ass. I think that those situations are weird as fuck.
Well, see, and we're and that's another thing. We're all outsiders looking in through glass windows and shit. You gotta understand. Once again, I can totally see it because obviously they've got something set in place for their kids and for their family. Obviously, there is no way around that. There's been so many things bought and paid for time and time again that these kids are living in or using right now.
Yeah.
So there's no need for provision set. It's already it was set when they came out the womb. And Elon Musk hit his first billion. You know what I'm saying? It was already set in stone. So there's no reason for any of us to be mad about them not giving their kids any money because they're. Well, I know. I'm just saying. They're already set in place. So at this point, their only real option is number one, quit fucking being a spoiled little rich brat and get out there and get like your dad did. You know what I'm saying? Although it was easy for me because I was able to step into a position, a place that was already moving up, and I just put my brain power to it. Bingo. But whatever, he still put in some effort to make this brand, and there it is.
Well, you know what? Much less motherfuckers with less money, like all the rappers, all the singers, all the movie artists, and all that shit. They always cater to their kids. That's why their kids so fucked up. So you know what I'm saying? Maybe, but you know that Warren Buffett and Bill Gates. Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, his kids, you don't never hear about them in the news because they're not fucked up. They had to get their own motherfucker way. Yeah.
That goes back to those books. That goes back to those books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you know? And
yeah, so like kids like Will Smith, Paris Hilton, motherfuckers like that, yeah, they father all gave them money and they turned out weird. They doing stupid shit. They being weird in public and shit all the fucking time. Jaden don't know if he's gay, straight, you know what I'm saying, bisexual, he don't know.
But I will say that his kids do open businesses and do humanitarian work.
Yeah, well, they got to do something.
Yeah, they got to do something.
You know, let's just be honest with you. See, once again,
they try to make their own charity, hoping that their father will donate to that motherfucker.
And it's all tax write-offs and all that good stuff. You know, if they know what they're doing, and they're making
the girl's a pretty good artist.
Yeah, you know, but. It's are they applying any of this shit, or are they just doing this stuff because they're bored? You know what I'm saying? Like there's rich kids out there that their parents, the only thing that their parents ever paid for them was college.
Oh yeah,
but on their own they got money like their parents do. But did mom and dad help? Did mom and dad help along the way? Yeah, because I'm gonna buy you this car. I'm not gonna buy you fucking Mercedes Benz. I'm gonna get you this Honda Sonata over here.
All right, so. To go off subject, not really off subject, we was already talking about it before, but to go back to it, we hopping back and forth between topics. I'm reading over here about this Titan submersible that exploded when them niggas tried to go down into the Titanic and shit. And you know what I'm saying? They collected all of the mostly all the pieces of the submarine, and they're saying that they collected what they presume is human remains. It's like no nigga, you ain't finding no human remains, nigga. You know how many sharks was probably hoarding around this motherfucker, and then when they exploded, all them people's bodies and pieces got ate up by all the fucking fish down there. Ain't no human remains to be found after 4 months of being underwater that deep. No, sharks ate all that shit. They ate all that shit. They ate the whales. They ate all that shit. The little fish. They ate all that shit. That shit all floated to the fucking bottom of the ocean and got eaten. Got ate while I was still in there. Just thinking all the blood and all other shit. Flying around the water, attracting the sharks and shit. Yeah, that shit got eaten. What the fuck you mean you found human remains? No, you didn't. Well, if you found human remains, it wasn't of the motherfuckers that got imploded. It's like okay, what is the fascination with going underwater to go see a fucking ship that has been sunk? You're not gonna find shit down there. So I don't even know why the fuck you even choose to go down there
at this point right now.
Life experience.
Yeah, right there. Just to see
Same thing. People hike, save up their whole lives, though, and they'll hike out to these ruins of these and other civilizations and like get lost in the desert. It happens all the time between here and Vegas. Up in them canyons, people be hiking and just looking for rare animals and shit. Like it's like people's like life experience, like whatever their calling or whatever they think is important. Same thing. People spend thousands of dollars on Beyonce tickets and things, and we look at them like, "Are you crazy?" Like I don't
Now
need
I
to spend
understand
$1,000 on
it
a concert to go
because
see somebody sing and dance around.
I think about the Grand Canyon, and so many people have died taking motherfucking selfies at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
It's like, why the fuck would you want to sit on the edge of the fucking rock and
Niagara Falls.
potentially fall to death just trying to get a fucking selfie? Like, why? Like, it's like,
Back in the day.
And you know what? I think those people were born to die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were born and then they died like 21 and they want to take a selfie hanging over the fucking bridge at Grand Canyon and they end up slipping and falling to his death. It's like when you do that type of shit, it was your time to go. Like motherfucker, like the world knew. It was like, you know what, this nigga about to slip and fall. It's chalk this nigga off the motherfucking board. This nigga about to die.
Now,
I don't know. I think it's more
touching back on the Titan submersible thing, I feel kind of I don't really feel bad because it happened. I feel bad because of the way it happened. You feel me? Because honestly, with the rate of decompression that they think the sub suffered as a result of what happened, it wasn't instant. Not in the slightest. That took a few minutes to happen. So
yeah, but they never knew it was about to happen. That's the fucked up thing.
true, but when it started, there was no stopping it. There was no getting it to back off or slow down. And well, once it starts and that basically little coke can you're in starts to compress around you, you know you're fucked. And
Well,
once it starts to crush you, you're gonna suffer for a minute or two before you actually die.
now check it. Now talk about this submersible. Let me give you a few little details about this shit. So I'm gonna tell you my opinion. I feel not bad for the people. Well, I kind of feel bad for them, but I feel bad for the captain, the pilot of the motherfucker that created the goddamn shit. This nigga went to Walmart and bought shit from Walmart to build his fucking submersible. This nigga built parts from Big Lots, Kmart, Ventures, Sears. You know what I'm saying? He went to all the fucked up places. Like they told him that he shouldn't do this, and he said, "No, this carbon fiber will hold better than the polycentric, whatever the fuck y'all been using." So he tried to then the fucked up part, he controlled the motherfucker with a PlayStation controller. Now that's no downside to PlayStation. They're still a good ass controller, but he probably had a Game Cats. So that's probably why they fucked him down. So they submersible crushed up as fast as it did because of the cheap parts that he used to make the motherfucker.
Well, yeah, and I'm not questioning that.
And then no, hold on. I feel so bad for the little kid that was on that fucking submersible. He's like 14 years old.
Had a kid on
And I feel he was 14. And he didn't even, and listen, check this out. He didn't even fucking want to go. His father made him go.
Now that should not have been allowed, especially if that wasn't a regulated site. That's what I'm saying. Like that the world does weird shit. People do weird shit.
the kid didn't even want to go. He wanted to stay home and hang out with his mom. But his father made him fucking go and get on that fucking ship, and he fucking died. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up, nigga. It's like, what? So my daddy made me go and I died. Now, it wasn't even my time to die, but it was when I got that fucking.
So he died looking at his daddy like this.
Now, if you want to talk about a much more gruesome and brutal way to die that involves the same scenario of decompression, look up the Byford dolphin accident. Basically, what happened was this happened over in Europe. Some deep sea divers who were part of a work crew had spent like a week and a half on the bottom of the ocean, right, doing repairs and shit, repairs and maintenance to this oil platform. So, and this was way down, way down, like over 1,000 feet down. Now, when you have to come back up, you're brought back up in basically a giant diving bell, and when that's still set to the same pressure that you've been living in for the last week, which is multiple atmospheres worth of pressure in order to stop the bends. If you don't know what bends is the nitrogen in your blood suddenly repopulating it, and it's a rather gruesome way to die. It's a very painful, very excruciating way to die. The Byford dolphin incident, they connected the diving bell to the decompression chamber, which is standard operating procedure for deep sea divers like that. But after they had gotten in, they were supposed to be in there for like 4, 5, 6 days, so that their body could slowly acclimate to normal surface pressure. You know, it's a very slow process. It takes some time. Somebody hit a release valve early while the diving bell was still attached to the decompression chamber. And while somebody was still leaving the diving bell for the chamber. This poor bastard, in less than 1/10 of a second, got sucked through a 5-inch hole. Yeah. The other 4 people in the chamber all had their blood boil in their bodies instantly because of the pressure difference.
Dude, I asked Google, did anyone survive a submarine sinking? And you know what Google said?
What?
Yes.
Well,
They said this was apparent in 1950 when HMS Truculent sank following a collision with a merchant vessel within sight of the British shore. All of the 72 crew made it to the surface, but only 15 survived, with the rest swept out to sea by the tide and lost. So they all made it up to the surface of the water, but when they were swimming back, only 15 of them really made it back to shore. Out of 75 motherfuckers, out of 72 people. You know what? I've actually been on a submarine before, and it submerged. They said we was only gonna submerge like 20 or 30 feet. I don't know if they submerged for a fucking 100, 600 feet. I don't even know, because once we went under, I didn't even know shit. I didn't even.
Where did you go on it? Where were you?
I was in Chicago. I was where the fuck was I at?
Yeah, like why were you on a submarine and where did you go?
Well, I was on a submarine because I had went with a group of kids from my school. We went to tour the submarines and how they're made and all the other bullshit. And they
okay, kind of how like we have the Queen Mary out here in California and the Spruce Goose. It sounds like.
Yeah, and so we all got on there as a group of kids, classmates, and we got on this fucking submarine. and they said we're going to actually go down. We're going to take you down for like 20
Oh
feet.
wow.
Now, I don't even know if they went 100 feet, 200, 500. I don't even fucking know. I didn't even know they even fucking went down. You know what I'm saying? I was on the motherfucker for about 10, 20 minutes. Then they were like, okay, it's time to get off. And I'm like, did we even go down? They're like, yeah. So I don't even, you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't even know the motherfucker even submerging. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel it. It doesn't, there's no difference in feeling. You know what I'm saying? There's no like it's not like you float up off the ground because the gravity is not down there anymore. You know what I'm saying? You just walking around. We toured the whole submarine in about 20 minutes, and while we toured it, we actually went down. That's what they said. So we couldn't leave. We couldn't leave and get out the hatch or nothing. Um, but at 20 feet, I bet you I make it to the top of 20 feet. But no, we was in lake. It was lake. It was off of Lake Michigan. So you know what I'm saying.
Wow. That's
So
crazy. The only
yeah,
submarine I've ever been in is at Disneyland.
me too. Oh, I'm
Before
surprised.
Nemo. Before the Nemo days though.
Well, I'm thinking this submarine didn't really go underwater. I mean, if it did go underwater, it didn't go far. Yeah, a submarine is big as fuck. A submarine is big like a fucking whale. If you ever
I
see a
don't know
submarine
if I could do
that's
it.
small,
I think that I think that as much as I know how to be still and sit in a confined space, I don't know how, I don't think I'd be able to just be inside of a submarine knowing
shit,
you're
yes you
inside of
would.
water.
If you took the tour of a submarine and they told you to begin the tour, we're gonna go under while we do this
For a
motherfucking
few
tour.
minutes, yeah, like I can
You
probably
know what
do
I'm saying?
for like a
And
few
so for
hours, probably a whole evening, but like to tell me we're going out to sea on a submarine and
Well,
I
I know
don't
we
know
didn't
about
go
that
out to
one.
sea. I know we didn't go out to sea. So wherever because when you
Yeah.
walk to the fucking submarine, it was off a motherfucking plank or some shit. So he had to walk
Yeah,
like
like it was
15 feet
stable, like
from
more
from
so like
offshore. So
stable.
yeah, because I mean, of course, submarines got to have it's got to be able to travel. So I mean, the motherfucker can't just be by shore, by all the rocks and shit. So it was offshore. It's about like 15, 20 feet offshore. You walk down this motherfucker plank, had little guardrail so you don't fall in and shit like that. You walked in and you got into you. So you walked up to the submarine. You admired it because it looked as big as fuck. And you're like, damn, that's what a whale looked like. Whale big like a fucking submarine.
Yeah.
So then you walk and then you climb down a little down a little ladder inside the hatch. It's just like GTA. You climb down a motherfucking ladder in the hatch. And then we all gathered in front. And then he showed us where the sonar shit happened. But then they closed the hatch when we got in. So when they closed the hatch, we probably went under. But we didn't know because shit, we ain't no fucking windows on this bitch. And we don't and you know what I'm saying? When it goes under, it doesn't change the way you walk or anything. We walked throughout the whole fucking submarine. It took 20 minutes. So I guess you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying. I
they
guess
probably had it set to go under a little bit and then come back up, like more so like a attraction.
yeah, but I mean it's a pretty fucked up attraction because you don't even know you under. I mean
Yeah, that's crazy.
I guess you would know you was under if you went to go try to open up that hatch and water started coming in. You'd be kind of fucked up. Like, oh yeah, we are under. Let me open up the hatch. Yeah, so yeah, but I mean other than that, we walked around that submarine for 20 minutes, looked at all the fucking sights of that bitch, and we never. And I mean, when we got to the part where because they had a little part back there where you can take a vessel out from the submarine. They had a little vessel ship, and you know what I'm saying. You can kind of see in the water. So I mean, but that's at the bottom of the fucking ship. So of course you can see water at the bottom of the ship because the motherfuckers in the water about another 20, 30 feet in the fucking water. We walked down some stairs and shit. So you know what I'm saying? The motherfucker. So we was in the water, but I don't know if they ever went under. I mean, they probably went under when we was on the third floor, on the third deck. That's the lower deck. So we was on the bottom floor. I guess it went under then. But I mean, you couldn't tell. So by the time we got back up top, they opened the hatch. We got out. Motherfucker didn't even look wet. You know what I'm saying? You would think the motherfucker looked like it's wet, but you know what I mean? Hey, whatever. We got off, got back on the bus, and we went back to school. Took our little field trip. This nigga fell asleep with the blunt in
That's
his
kind of
hand.
how they did us too at the Queen Mary. Out here, they had this boat called the Queen Mary, and school would go on a field trip, and it was like this haunted ghost boat, and you'd tour it, and it was always sat in the water. And then there was like a big plane too called the Spruce Goose.
You know, as many times I've been to Tijuana, I never thought to kick it in San Diego. You know what I'm saying? I just parked, you know what I'm saying? I parked my car close to the motherfucking border and I just walked. That's before you needed a passport, all you needed was a fucking ID. You know what I'm saying? You can cross the motherfucking border.
I remember I drove across the border, drove all around that bitch.
Yeah, we drove one time. We actually drove across, and this is a real funny ass weed story. So we drive across Tijuana border, Mexico border, and so you know when you're at the gate, they see that if they look at you and they can tell you American or whatever, they'll let you know. They'll be like, look, stay on this road. Do not get off this road, or you're gonna enter danger. They tell you can go about 10 blocks down this way, then you know what I'm saying, then the attraction ends, but it's probably longer now. But hey, like if you go off this road, you have a high potential of danger. You know what I'm saying? You might get kidnapped, shot, who knows, robbed, whatever. So they told us that. So we started driving. So we drive down the road and we get pulled over by the police. Now it's the Mexican fucking police. Now we don't speak a lick of fucking English. I mean, Spanish or none of that shit. We hope this nigga speak English. So a nigga walked up to the door. He spoke broken English. He was like license and registration. And so, you know what I'm saying? You know, in Mexico they walk around with guns. You know what I'm saying? There's other cops around us, they got guns and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I look at the cop and I was like, fuck it, I'm just ask this nigga. I asked that nigga, I said, Mota. I like, you got any Mota? You know what I'm saying? Like, where the Mota at? And he was like, oh, you looking for Mota? I like, yeah, I am. He's like, oh, get out the car. So I got out, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's the first time a nigga ever got a car when the policeman said it. But I get out the car, and I'm saying I walk to the back. That nigga pulled out a sack. He pulled out a sack. I gave that nigga $60 for that motherfucker. That's for you know what I'm saying? Some of that's for me to buy my freedom, and some of that is for the fucking weed. You know what I'm saying? And it worked. Because he said I was free to go. But the other two niggas in the car either had to bribe this nigga or they were about to go to jail. I don't even know what the fuck we did, but he did something. They was about to go to jail. So I went up to the cop and I bought another sack for him, you know what I'm saying, just to make it so that, you know what I'm saying, he could let it just go. And they were, you know what I'm saying, when I got back in the car, them niggas was like, man, you bought weed from the police? I'm like, yeah, nigga. I bought weed from the police, nigga. We in a fucked up ass country. They don't give a fuck. The police don't make no motherfucking money. That American money I just gave them, nigga, they gonna probably build a fucking mansion off that bitch.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, nigga, I just paid for our freedom, nigga. Now, as we ride around this motherfucking country, not too far, but as we ride around this motherfucking country and get out and see things, we'll be protected a little bit. That nigga, he'll remember me. He'll remember me. Even if he pulled me over again, he'll remember me because I gave up the good shit. I gave him the good cold hard fucking cash. You know what I'm saying? You got, you know what I'm saying? Because out there, you got to think about it. Them niggas, you know what? Them niggas don't want to take you to jail. Probably not. So they take bribes. You know what I'm saying? You can bribe, you know what I'm saying, by buying some weed. If you smoke, or you bribe by giving money, or whatever the fuck you got to do. But yeah, if you give them enough of it, I gave a nigga like $120, $130. You know what I'm saying? I was the man in motherfucking Mexico, nigga. I probably could have built the mansion off $100. They shit so cheap out there. 6,200. When I went, 6,200 pesos was $1. So that means 6,200 fucking coins was $1. And niggas would ask for like 22 pesos, 32 pesos. And it's like you had to walk around with a fucking pocket full of fucking. Nigga, I had so much change on me. I started giving out real money. I'm like, here, man, how much would $1 get me? I'm probably like 6,200 pesos. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Here, man, I just give you $2 for this beer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be sitting here counting all this goddamn change. Yeah, I fucked around and got pesos. Because when you give them cash, they're gonna give you back pesos. They don't have no cash to give you. They're gonna give you back fucking pesos. Probably gonna cheat you when they give it to you, but they'll just give you a wad full of fucking coins. You're gonna walk off and go buy the next rat. or the next dog, or the next giraffe, or whatever the fuck they got in Mexico. They cooking and eating shit. You know what I'm saying? You have to go. Cause you know, we ate food out there, nigga. Eating food in Tijuana is very suspect. You don't know if that's cat, rat, dog, alligator. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
just like the food.
we didn't eat there. We only drank, and I just remember every single bar had like the same mixtape. Like they had the same mixtape from like the late 80s. Like literally, it was like every bar had the same tape. Like
Yeah.
there was no different music. And every time I went with we decided to drive down there and I went with a crew. We had like a little crew of rock slinging dice players, right? Slangers. And we every time they would order a drink or whatever, they would give me a shot. Like the place would just come and like give me a shot. So like it was so interesting down there like that. Like it was a whole nother world for sure. And getting back over the border was interesting too, because like I wasn't supposed to drive the car over the border, but I didn't know that. Mhm.
Yeah.
That had to have
Yeah.
been in the night. It was like probably like 92, like probably 1992. Cause I
Yeah.
yeah.
We didn't have a problem crossing the border. We crossed that motherfucker just like we crossed at the beginning. They just told us have a nice day.
We had
And, you
one
know,
friend, I wasn't there this trip, but my cousin and them went down one time and they wouldn't even let our friend come back across the border. She's from Jamaica and she didn't take her, I guess, passport with her. She left it in the hotel room on the San Diego side and they had to like leave her at the border and go get her documents and bring them back. Like they kept her at the border. Like
hmm.
that shit was like that story. Oh, my cousin told it better, but like, oh my gosh,
Hmm.
that's crazy.
All right. Well, we're close. Well, we are at the end of the show. We kind of went over. You know, we just be talking and shit. This weird ass podcast. We be having fun times with the homies though. You know, so we have a little fun time talking about a lot of different stories, a lot of different shit. We even learned a little bit. What we learned on this show was about submarines today. Some days we learn about animals. Some days we learn about different ass insects like roaches. You know what I'm saying? We learn about a lot of weird shit on this show, but we have fun while we doing it. Flower, you got any shout outs?
Well, let's say today is Monday. So let's give a shout out to Girl Monday, glamorous.com. And there's a drink water campaign on there that the artist Ejection is promoting for this season. There's this like really cool canister. She calls it a kindister. It's for hot soups, tea, coffee, water, and you can purchase one of those there and show support. And thank you for having us on the show, having me on the show, and everybody else showing up. Shout out to all of us for continuing on and getting these numbers up however we can after show after show after show, having fun and having a platform to be able to intermingle with friends and share opinions and ideas and learn things is kind of cool. And so yeah, peace out everybody, drink water, be safe, and happy birthday.
All right, James, you got any shout outs?
Uh, yeah. Shout out to you though, as always, for having us on the show. Jay, shout out to you, Flower, you as well.
Thanks.
Um, Shout out to Water. You know, without it, we wouldn't be here at all.
Yeah, drink water.
Uh, Shout out to Swisher for pairing well with marijuana, and a shout out to marijuana too.
Oh, okay. Jay, you got any shout outs? Shout out to everybody in the world. And
all the comics out there doing comedy when there's comedy to be done. Shout out to you guys, Flower J, of course, you, sir. Yeah, fucking, I'm hot as shit right now. I'm gonna do a big break in my video game. Yes, sir, everybody.
Okay. So my shout outs are shout out to the panel members, number one, Flower from Facebook, James Ladero, J. Coldwater. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say shout out to everybody in the world. I don't feel like running down the list today. I just, you know what I'm saying? About to smoke another blunt Animal Face while I prepare to get on this division. James, I need you to get on division also. Jay, if you could even get on division if you don't fall asleep. Yeah, man. Shout out to PS4. I can say shout out to Sony because I haven't did anything to get banned from Sony, so I can say shout out to them. So I can shout out to Sony. I mean, you know, man, James. I mean, he probably would have said shout out to Sony, but they ban that nigga like every day, so that nigga get banned all the time. He ain't got banned not once on this new motherfucking account, have you? Because you ain't said shit. He ain't got nobody to talk to. We is only friends.
If you're not already on the friend list, you can't talk to me. Pure as simple as that.
Yeah. So shout out to Sony. Shout out to Division for making Division. Even if Division didn't make Division, but hopefully it did make Division. I don't even know who makes Division. Tom Clancy Division. But shout out to them. And you know, shout out to the rest of the world. We're gonna end with a song. He didn't put the song on here, so we ain't gonna be able to play that one. I get you, nigga. We got you. I just sat here and watched it. So we're gonna play shout out to Mr. Black, shout out to Thug World, shout out to Spice One, SV33, shout out to everybody that's in Thug World that I did not name. But you know, shout out to Mr. Black definitely, because while he holding it down wherever he's at, we're gonna play his song. So it's gonna get his listens out here. But shout out to Mr. Black, Cry On, only on Doughboy, or actually on Dope TV.
Thug shit. Yeah. Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah.
If you need a shoulder to cry on, ooh yeah, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Say I can help you solve your problem. Ooh yeah, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Yeah. She's my one true love. The only thing in my life. I said a man can't breathe without her in my life. When you hurt, I hurt. The fit is just not right. I gotta make sure you're good, so I can sleep through the night. Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah. If you need a shoulder to cry on, ooh yeah, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Say I can help you solve your problem. Ooh yeah, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Yeah. Oh, I can feel your soul. If he touches you, my niggas roll. Feel the fire from my Draco. Swiss cheese the whole vehicle. About my bitch, I might murder you. Go psycho like no nigga know. She's beautiful and faithful. Take a nigga life when I say so. Oh, stacking up my pesos. shoulder to cry on. Ooh yeah, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Say I can help you solve your problem. Ooh yeah, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Yeah. So sexy, it's enjoy. My heart belongs to you. Yeah, baby girl, it's yours. I'll come walking through the door. And just when you can't take it no more, there's more I have in store. And I'll be here from now on, with that shoulder for you to cry on. If you need a shoulder to cry on, ooh yeah, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. With that shoulder for you to cry on.